Today, we're going to be diving into how to send out mass emails individually. Now, it may sound odd because you want to just go out there and send emails and do promotions, and especially if you're someone in marketing, you just want to get out there and get your message and branding out there. However, there are some important factors to keep in mind to ensure that you are improving and increasing your deliverability as well as your sender reputation. Now, there are some tools that can assist you in doing this, and today, what we're going to be doing is taking a little bit of a sneak peek into how tools like Inbox Ally can help you manage this process. Now, there are a number of reasons why you do want to use a tool to help you do this. And also, there's a process you should be following in terms of sending out emails. Now, a tool like Inbox Ally can help you with specific engagement analytics and increase your deliverability with a simple few clicks. However, you do need to keep in mind that there are some things that you should monitor as part of this process. So, Inbox Ally does have a lot of information on the website that I would recommend going and having a look at. However, what we're going to do is dive into how to use the tool and similar tools like this and some considerations to keep in mind before sending out those promotional emails. Now, you do have a good view of some of Inbox Ally's information. They do have a fantastic blog as well. They do have some information on their warm up tool, which we're going to be diving into today, as well as some of the additional features. So keep this in mind. However, I would recommend going and having a look at their website, seeing some of their features, and I do recommend trying out their free option as well, just to see if it's something that would suit you and your business. Now, what we're going to do is take a quick look at the account that I've set up. So this is a free account. They do have quite a lot of features available even on the free trial, which is really fantastic. Now, you will need to set up your account with your email. So keep in mind, this would typically be your business email address. You don't want to be using a Gmail account for something like this. And there's a reason for that. So typically, when you are sending out mass emails or promotional emails, the inboxes that you are sending to will look at this and see that it's coming from a Gmail account and perhaps not a business email or business domain. I would recommend ensuring that you are sending from a business domain for any promotional or marketing messages as well. Now, I do like Inbox Ally because you can go and pull what's called a seed email list from the platform. They give you access to do this so that you can go and test out how your emails are delivering to a number of valid but set up test accounts. What they do have as well as part of their service offering is an email list verification. So that's another important tool that I would recommend having a look at if you haven't got something like this in place. Keep in mind you do need credits for this, and with good reason, because it does take a long time to go and validate your seed email list or an email list that you are sending to. Now, you do want to keep in mind that there are some things like duplicate email addresses. You want to make sure that your email sending list is really clean. Inbox Ally can help you validate that, so they will pick out things like duplicate email addresses, things that are called spam traps, which means that your emails could be viewed as spam or a phishing attempt even, and that you will avoid having your domain blocked or blacklisted by various email service providers that you're sending to. Now, they've also got an option to pick out things like invalid and a number of other options as part of the seed email list verification process. So I do quite like that. Once you're ready to get going, you can go and create your email. I do like that they've also got a email content tester. Now, keep in mind when sending out mass emails, you want to avoid promotional spammy words or anything that could look like a phishing opportunity. So I do really like that they've got this this AI content tester that's available for you. It will look at things like spam words or anything and make some suggestions for you, so you can do a quick check to generate an alternative email subject line. Keep in mind, email subject lines are one of the most important factors in ensuring good email engagement and deliverability. So what you could do is then go and insert that option. You could ask it to fix your email. It will then generate some proposed content for you and tell you how you've removed some spammy words. And you can go and copy that and send it from your email platform. Now, keep in mind that Inbox Ally doesn't actually send the emails for you. However, it generates a lot of the engagement metrics for you. So once you've gone off and you've sent your email, it will then validate the information that you've sent. It will pick up things like your email placement. So we can see immediately that the campaign I'd sent out, only 58% of these actually reached an inbox. So there is some really valuable information that comes out of a tool like this that you can go and view. Over time, this will populate with a lot of information that may be more useful for you. If you're getting a lot of emails landing in promotions or spam, you may want to look at enhancing that and making sure that you can improve that in future. Now, when it comes to mass emails, you do want to look at what I would say is email warming or IP warming in the tech world. However, it can be quite a tedious process, and there are a lot of traps when it comes to this, and it does take a lot of time and resources. So I know from experience, we've had almost full teams manage this process. It is really quite a pain. You do want to set up something like a warm-up plan, and I really love the fact that Inbox Ally has this planner for you so that you can test out and get an idea of how you should send out your emails. Now, keep in mind, this is typically where you've had a domain or your inbox blacklisted perhaps or blocked or has had a number of reports against it. So you may have sent out a lot of spammy emails in the past and people are blocking that. Or perhaps you are a brand new business, an entrepreneur, organizations that's registered a brand new email address or a domain. And because it's a brand new domain, your email is not recognized by a number of platforms. So I would recommend doing a warm up campaign, especially for this over time. And this will ensure that you are not blacklisted. It will ensure that you avoid poor deliverability and poor engagement from your email address. Now, what we could do is then go and set this up on the plan, which I absolutely love. So you might not know what you want to use to estimate, but what is your goal? You may want to ensure that you're getting more emails in the inbox. However, you may also want to monitor things like a complaint rate. In terms of your contacts that are added to your lists, you may have explicit opt-in people. However, you may have a cold list. So these are people that have not opted in to receive perhaps promotional or marketing emails from your business. You would then go and change those to a cold email list. And then you want to consider how many emails are typically sent per day. Now, if we've got a huge campaign of, say, 100,000 emails are sent per day, you would then need to go and set that up and ensure that you have selected your domain sending history. So keep in mind, if you're a brand new domain or a new business with a brand new mailbox, make sure you've selected new. If you don't know your postmaster domain reputation, so as mentioned, if you've been blacklisted before, you should know about that. If you don't know, you can leave it as unknown. Or if you are pretty sure that you've got a really good sender reputation, you could then mark that as high. However, you're more than welcome to leave it as unknown, and then ensure that you are selecting the generate plan. And this will tell you exactly the recommended amount of daily sends needed for your Inbox Ally test to go out. So we can see here that this is around about 9,500 per day. So although we've got a list of, say, 100,000 emails that need to go out, don't do this in one go. Upon confirmation of this plan, it is suggesting around about 9,500 emails per day over a period of days that is indicated in this detail here. I find that this is really helpful. So as mentioned, this can be something that's quite tricky. Make sure that you've got a tool to help you manage this. And if you are not sure what to do and how this works, a tool like Inbox Ally has an option to book a live demo or even use the chat to assist you with any queries that you've got. They do have a really great knowledge base as well, so you can access that right from within the free trial. And then they've also got additional features such as domain reports. So you can go and see if you need to set up SPF, MX records. These are all things that you will be sent recommendations on. You do have access to reporting as well, and a lot of other features within the tool. However, we're just touching on those mass emails today, so I do recommend taking a look at something like Inbox Ally to ensure that you are increasing your deliverability and making sure that you are not blacklisted and managing your promotional emails as effectively as possible. I hope this helps you out. Thanks so much for joining.